G'day everyone, it's been quite a while since I've posted. It's been somewhat of a rough time of it for the last few months. I've had to go backwards and forwards to Timaru to help my family after Dad dying last October. My mum's mental dementia obviously needed some care and attention. They had set up for Mum and Dad had set up through the public trust like 21 years ago. If Dad died, that my sister would take over Mum's day-to-day care and have enduring power of attorney to do so. Then earlier this year we find out that unfortunately my sister's breast cancer came back, and it's not looking good, stage 4. So hopefully, you know, the treatment she's on does put her back in remission. That'd be bloody awesome. But, you know, because of which she was unable to sort of do what's needed to keep Mum happy. So unfortunately we had to put Mum into a home as well. So yeah, it's been like a, if it doesn't rain it pours. So I've had to deal with all of that, sort of carry on, sort out the property and whatnot. Yeah. Anyway, today we're going to focus on a little issue that old Johnny's been finding in Green Lane. Now, he's been around that community in that area for over 45 years as a car salesman. You know, he's seen it all come and go. And you might have noticed that earlier this year the police were running a campaign to make sure that your driveways were clear, you know, that there was no overhanging bushes, so you could see if kids were coming across your driveway, and, you know, more of a safety thing for school kids. And what's been happening is, next to another property that John owns on just around the corner from his car yard, is another section directly behind Armstrong Locksmiths. So to give you a layout of the land, I'm just going to show you sort of the area that we're talking about, and if I can click on the right thing there. Okay, so John's place is here. Okay, this is his building here, this one. That's 380 Great South Road. That's where John's place is. And if you come up to the intersection here, you've got this corner building, which is Armstrong's Locksmith. Then you've got a small little car yard there in the middle, and then you've got another car yard, and then the next sort of grey roofed large building coming away from the corner towards the motorway, which is up off to your northeast. Okay, so basically we're talking about the property, or the little car sales, right here at the back of Armstrong's Locksmiths. And I'll skip forward. So we're talking about this place here, alright? And this place is, I forget what they're called, I don't really care, I don't want to give them any promotions, because the issue being is that their entranceway on the property is supposed to be, and you can tell because you can see clearly on the footpath that you can see this break in these metal front barriers, and they've got 2 poles that are removable so they can drive their cars in and out. However, there's no driveway access on Green Lane East for them to do that. Okay, now they've been there for well over a year and a half now. That fence has been up, and if you go back in here, like this is, you can tell that this is sort of like street view from October 2024. If I skip through further, so that's sort of what the place looks like currently. That's March 30th 2024 from last year, and I think I've even got this year, so that's this year. And you can see that there's that corner building on the intersection there. You've got 2 little yellow vans, and next to it is a metal fence that's going along there. Their driveway access to that property on the corner behind Armstrong's building is actually on Great South Road. Okay, they have no driveway access on the actual Green Lane East Road, and that's a very busy road in the mornings, and especially with kids going to school to and fro. There's a lot of schools around in that area as well. So yeah, you've got heavy traffic, and John was quite frankly peeved because he had to get the driveway in the property next to that other car sales put in. And anyway, I went over there to have a look. It's more the safety issue, the immovable, wonderful woman that's called Sally Woods from Auckland Council, who I've had dealings with in the past.
Cool.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Hi, Sally Woods.
Sally, hi.
The policy has got a procedure.
And does the policy override the law?
Yes, it does.
You sat here, you filmed me, which I'm not entirely happy with, but whatever.
You're in a public capacity.
Yeah. But it's rude. It's really rude.
How is it rude?
Because it's just...
Are you trying to hide something? Is there something you're...
No, I'm not.
Then what's the issue with being filmed? You're filmed all day by your security cameras, so are they rude?
So, no, I think you coming to a meeting and filming me without my permission.
I have the right under the Communications Act to record anything with any public official.
No,
I do.
You need to ask permission first.
I don't have to ask permission. I have the right to take a free and independent recording of any interaction.
I think we're going to continue to disagree,
Yeah.
and we've got our own opinions.
Well, my opinion is backed by fact, by what I've researched. You have brought nothing to the table to show me otherwise.
And so that's fine.
That's fine, that's your opinion, and that's fine, that's your research.
It's not an opinion, it's a fact, Zoe, I'm sorry.
Hi Sally, who's just sort of stuck her head in the sand, and no one seems to be giving two tosses about the fact that John's trying to bring to their attention that this car sales here on the corner is illegally moving their vehicles in and out of a non-driveway, and then they have the cheek to use the driveway that John's got put in next to them, which they have no access to, because they're literally driving across the footpath every time. Allegedly, John's even been attempted to be hit by the vehicle that's screaming down the bloody footpath at him. So, yeah, there's some interesting carries on, but I'm just going to bring out the facts, and you guys can look at it yourselves. But as you can clearly see there on that March view of 2025, there is definitely a fence there. Alright. If I go back further, you can see that clearly the fence there. You've got a car looking at the fence, and you can see that they're all sort of blocked in a ring sort of pattern there in that little landlocked. And I say landlocked because they've fenced off their only legal entry for egress and ingress onto that land, and there is no legal exit way on the Great South Road, on the Green Lane East roadside of it. It's way too close to a dam intersection for them to allow driveways like that. But yeah, apparently they've put in an application, although the landlord, who knows if he knows about that application. I would have thought he'd want to have something to do with that. Anyway, moving on, I'll show you that. So there's the March 2024, fence is still there. We're down to March 2023. Can't quite tell, but at this point I would say there isn't actually a fence there in 2023. We go to October 2022, there's definitely no fence. And you can see there, this is a street view from July 2022. There is no fence there, and you can see that big white van in the background. You can see the yellow Armstrong's van right in the background. And that big white van that you can see quite prominently there next to the little Portacom unit is that same white van that you can see there, almost in the direct middle of the shot. Okay, so yeah, we'll keep going through. So you can see there's, you can do this yourself. I mean, I don't need to show you guys, and you can, even there you can see there's a yellow van going right across where the fence is. So I mean, and this is what, again, March 2022, so you know, absolutely no fence there. You can go through all of those different pictures. You can look there on that's a shot there from October 2024. You can see there, and you can see the opening by the direction arrows on the Google Earth shot there. The gap between those two cars is where they remove the poles. When they lock up at night time, they put the poles there and block it off, and it's a fenced off area, but it shouldn't be a gateway entrance because, like I say, there is no pathway. So you can see there's a shot from July 2024. You can clearly see the barbed wire along the top lines, and you can see the posts and the fencing there. There's a fence post going right across the top, about 6 foot high. You cannot see the fence in that shot, which is July 2022, and October 2022, yeah, again, no fence, white van is there next to the Volcom.
What a beautiful day in paradise.
Isn't it though?
That's the fence he put up there.
Yeah.
Now, that's his driveway there.
So he put this fence up, not Armstrong's?
He was there the day it went up,
yeah.
And it was the same day as this office he went in.
Right.
That's never been there, that fence.
Yeah.
That's his driveway into that driveway.
Yeah. Clearly he could just have an opening gate there to allow cars to come in and out and leave that alone.
In theory, that makes, by him putting that fence up, that every single one of these vehicles is unlawfully in there. Quite clear that that's...
Sally Wood's the one dealing with this?
Sally has given me another post and haste letter.
Oh really?
Yeah, they don't really worry about their
They just
issues.
don't want contact from you.
No. Anyway, there's his legal access in here. Now you don't have to be Einstein to work out it ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
So they say, well, prove to us that he's not coming in through the illegal entranceway. Well, can you tell me any other way, Mark?
Yeah, how else is he getting into the property?
Can you show me any other way?
Yeah, no access whatsoever. If it's all
whatsoever.
gated off short of that front.
Which, you know, if leave me aside, put me out of it.
Yeah.
There's that many children that are coming down here every day.
Yeah, you can clearly see that the guy's got no way of getting in or onto that property short of illegally driving on that footpath every damn time a vehicle leaves or enters that property. He's fucking fenced off his legal entry, and like we say, he's probably getting a kickback from Armstrong's for now they've got parking spots that they don't need to keep moving their vans out of the road, because I'm sure he would have had quite a number of conversations with Armstrong's about him being able to still use his legal driveway to get there. So that seems like a, you know, kill two birds with one stone. Solve Armstrong's parking problems, and we'll just make some removable poles and drive across the footpath whenever we want to. And the council, yeah, all they did was, after John bringing it to their attention and pushing and pushing and pushing for them to do something, they sent him a letter saying, we don't want to hear from you anymore, cease and desist from contacting us. So they're putting their heads in the sands and cutting off any form of communication. So you never know. I'm still waiting for my appeal, because I was unable to make it up here for my court date on the 29th of August for my appealing the ticket I was given by Constable Zhang Zhang. I'm going to be appealing that, and that's happening in March next year now. The amicus curiae was able to get an adjournment for 6 months, so I can hopefully get that sorted. Anyway, catch you all later. Hope you have an awesome day. Take care, and we'll leave you with the closing thing.
forward to catching up with you next time. All the best.